So this is my cover page for January 2021. And at first, when I was thinking about what to do, what to draw, I thought, maybe a howling wolf, because, you can make it dramatic and dark and, stars and the moon and maybe snow and, like a wolf's profile that looks towards the future, upwards and onwards, But then I've done that before, and I wanted something that meant more to me personally, that felt more unique. So then I thought of this book series I'm planning and sort of writing. I've decided, because before I've almost killed myself writing books quickly and churning them out, and now I thought this one is going to take time, or this series. It's going to be my playground. I'm not going to what's the word, force anything. So so I'm sort of planning this fantasy series that will take 20 years to write. That's just the random number I've come up with. So 2040 it will come out. Or not, it doesn't matter. This is just for me. It's not about publishing. It's about having a playground to sort of mess around in. And all this to say that there is this character or symbol or just thing. I have a thing for foxes, and there's a thing about foxes in this fantasy series. If it ever comes out, I can't tell you the whole thing. But it's it's not an ordinary fox. None of them are. So that's why I made this one a little magical. And it's got to do with the stars, I can tell you that much. So this is kind of a star fox against a night sky, leaping from 2020 to 2021. So it's it's both a visual cue that something new is starting, and a personal sort of thing from my book series, because in my mind, what this fox is saying is, you have been chosen. It doesn't matter if you're ready or prepared. The stars have chosen you, and it's time to fulfill your purpose. And that's a very general sort of symbol. Anyone can relate to that, I think. You're chosen for something. Maybe you're chosen to be a nurse, or to take care of a house, or whatever, So I liked it. Whatever happens, I am working towards goals, but whatever happens, I am chosen for that. Everything that happens is meant to be, sort of, that feeling. So this fox is there to remind me throughout January that it doesn't matter if I'm prepared or not. I have to do what I'm meant to do. A bit like Frodo, even the smallest person, yada, yada, yada. And I am painting it with watercolor pencils here. Later I will fill in some of it with acrylics. It could work like this, like a simple watercolor. But the thing is, I don't use watercolor like you're supposed to use watercolor, where you plan everything out beforehand, and you have control of your image. I never have control over my images, so acrylics are better for me. And I don't blame you if you don't believe me right now, because at this moment, the picture looks messy. It looks as if I'm ruining it. Maybe I am. Maybe I should have left it as a watercolor. But I wanted it darker than watercolor pencils can manage. So, I mean, that's one reason to add these sort of deeper colors, more vibrant, I suppose. I am thinking of adding stars to the picture as well with white gel pen. I don't know if I'll do that yet, but you may, if you continue watching my videos, you may see stars added later on this spread. But I'm not sure. Maybe it would be too much, like they take away from the fox, and either they make the image look sort of 3D, or that there's a depth to it, or they just look or they just draw the eye, and you don't look at what you're supposed to be looking at. That is the fox that tells you that you're chosen by the stars. So I don't know, but I will add some words that actually, this is funny. I mean, because this is a leap into the future. And when I gathered my acrylics, there was this, a little phrase that fell out of the box of paints. And sometimes I rip out phrases or words from books or magazines that I want to use in my journals. Small phrases that evoke a feeling or just summarize something. And this little piece of paper said "into the future," which is exactly what this image is about. So that they were the words that jumped out of the paint box. So I just had to use it. And on the back, when I showed it to my husband to, tell my funny little anecdote, I looked at the back and it said the, what's it called in English? The world's end, or the like Ragnarok. What's it called? The end of the world. Yeah, but it's more dramatic than that. Världens undergång in Swedish. Never mind. It was funny because the old year dies and the new year starts. So it's the end of the world, and then you go into the future. And you could also say that 2020 for many people felt like the end of the world. So it was just so fitting, all of it. And what I did right there was turn the page to my January framing page with my project master list, and I realized that paint had seeped through a little bit and it was looking wrinkled. The paper is wrinkled and it was not as pristine as it was earlier today. And that's what you get for painting on the other side of an important page. But I'm not sure if I care, because I think when it dried it looked a little better, and I think I can make it work. So you make mistakes, you mess things up, but as soon as you use a book, it becomes used. And I like books that look used. So I prefer this page when I'm leafing through it, when it's all done, when I finish the book. I prefer to see pages like this to pristine task lists that I've checked off. That's boring to me. So I will probably paint over those as well, like I did in my last planner. But I do like my projects and task lists to look kind of pristine when I'm still working on them, because it helps me concentrate. Oh, there's the little phrase right there. I was testing it out. So yeah, I'm doing my finishing touches here with black. Put some black acrylic to the left and some black outlines with a watercolor pencil, and I'm done.